I mean, people probably aren't listening right now.
Get Twitch up and
I'll put the Twitch link. Oh yeah, it's starting to go live now.
it should show up as live. Well, it better.
All right, and then I'm just going to share the a little bit. Um,
Hmm.
um,
All right, cool. There it is. Go ahead and. Oh, that's already muted. Hey, it's almost like Andrew's done this before. All right. Where are you putting the link?
I just put it in like some Facebook Messenger groups. I've asked Marcus to put it on the IPR.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't really know where else to put it.
I'm gonna blast it out on here.
What's Chromecast? Do you know what that is? Oh, Chromecast must be like a TV thing. Oh, okay. Some people are trying to watch it on TV apparently.
Yeah, you can cast it off of. I cast Twitch streams to my TV literally all the time.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, with Chromecast.
All right. So I'm just looking at the Twitch page. Um, it looks pretty clear. I just can't see Steven's ships.
Steven.
Okay, looks like they might be getting set up. That's
Joel.
Joel's
Well,
ships.
he's
They've
all
just moved them off, I think.
6'6" and whatever Tomax is 5.
Yeah, so he's probably got them off the screen. Oh, here we go. So they're actually setting up now. The asteroids are done and everything. Okay, so let's get into it. I
Yes.
guess. What'll you be watching on? Will you be watching on the Twitch, or I'll probably just watch on Vassal? It might be easier.
Well, so the Twitch stream has got a bit of a delay, so you want to watch on
Okay, sure.
Vassal. Otherwise, you and I will not be
Yep.
at the same time at all.
Okay, cool. All right, no worries. But you'll be watching for commentary. Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna just throw this off to the side somewhere so that I can see what's going on.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I guess we should get started. So,
We should
if
get
anyone
started
is
whenever you're
tuning
ready.
in,
Um,
yeah, if anyone is just tuning in now, my name's Tom, and I'm here with Stephen Ford from the Birmingham Barons, and we're doing a bit of a battle royale between our podcasts. Would you say it's for superiority purposes, Stephen, or just a bit of
I mean,
fun?
everything is for superiority purposes. Come on now.
Exactly, exactly. So, yeah, just a bit of a podcast promotion for both of us to have a bit of fun. And we've got a series of games. Today is going to be the first one with Joel Killingsworth on the left playing Imperial and Marcus Thielch playing Republic. So break down Joel's list for us, will you?
Yes. Let me just break down his list and be incredibly knowledgeable about it because he decided on this list about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Let me interject for one moment. We are ready to begin.
Okay, give us
Okay.
just a
So there's
second on that.
Okay, so you're going to pop back into our channel
I
to let
can
us know
let you
when to
know.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
okay. All right, so we're just about to get started here. So the asteroids are set up, and Stephen's just about to give the players the ready to go signal.
Yes. All right. So, I guess in lieu of actually talking about their lists, we will actually talk about why can I see Marcus's dials?
Are they flipped up?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess he just has them sitting out there.
Yeah, so they look hidden to me.
Yeah, they have little no eyes on them, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So he's set his
He's set his
dials,
dials. I
and
have
he just
so
he
preface
put
here.
them out.
I have very little experience with Vassal. I generally avoid it
Okay, sure.
like the plague. Um, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give Joel the heads up and let him know they're good to go. I will be right back.
All right.
All right, y'all are good to go. I'm gonna start the timer as soon as I move back over to the other room.
Cool, thanks.
So got a pretty similar or familiar archetype here on Marcus's side from at least our Australian local meta. We've got a Jedi with 3 104th Battalion Squadron pilots. Now, Marcus has opted for Obi-Wan instead of Anakin. The caveat there being that you trade an I6 for an I5, but you get more firepower because if you flew Anakin, you'd only be able to afford a calibrated laser targeting. So basically, Marcus has just got consistent 12 red dice. He's got a regenning I5 ace with 3 force and a double reposition without stress. So pretty simple.
Yeah.
He's just going to rely on raw firepower and blocking, I think.
Aether sprites are pretty good. I like how they said they weren't ready to go, and then Joel didn't even have his dial set. But hey, that's just how it goes. I'm just kind of making it up as we go along. Joel has an archetype that is not common. But he is he's running kind of a pseudo red line with Tomax by running afterburners with composure and torpedoes. So the idea is you do a 3, fail the afterburners to trigger composure, and then you get a lock, so you get a double mod torp.
Yep. So a little bit of a higher, like a triggering point, but the same kind of end result if you can do it 2 times in a game.
It's a little trickier to pull off, but the chance is there. Something that he really wanted to fly, so just to kind of tool around with. So he's testing it now.
Well, it's definitely the right time to test it.
Yeah.
So who would your money be on? Like, this is a lot of red dice on the Republic side for the Imperials to overcome or to like withstand. So it's really interesting to see how these back arcs will actually come into play. A clutch block off one of these arcs.
Hey guys, if you won't mind, clear the dice pool when you get a chance.
Sun Tzu's really vulnerable, I reckon, as well. What do you reckon?
Sun Tzu, I mean, Joel's got some pretty fragile ships out here. We got what 3, 9, and 5, and that's still Marcus still has 2 arcs left over after you account for that HP in a comparison, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's insane.
There's a lot of beef, and the arcs hit, even on a single mod, you throw 3 dice at a lot of stuff. The arcs hit quite hard, given the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm a fan of what I'm seeing with Marcus's list for sure. You'd like to see Anakin for the 6, and that might be Joel's advantage that he's going to try to make use of. Because
I mean, having every single ship move up, I mean, Marcus's entire squad is definitely going to be beneficial. Just calling those like those medium base barrel rolls is probably going to be clutch to Joel's victory. So, I mean, in terms of raw pilot skill, it's definitely Joel's game to lose. We're seeing Marcus break out here. Okay, so having never seen this archetype being played, Stephen, where do you really think that they want to kind of trigger their engagement from? I mean, you really can't get caught in those debris and asteroid fields, because if you do, then you're susceptible to blocking with all these like large base barrel roll moves.
Medium base, but same idea.
Once
you get into those channels, the arcs can really clog up pretty easily. Kind of against Joel on that, if he wants to trigger a double mod with Tomax, he needs something to cause the afterburner to fail. So he would need either one of his ships to be out in front of Tomax, which obviously is not happening right now. But Tomax does have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 obstacles that he could reach in the next round or 2 to try to set that up.
Yeah, he does for sure. Yeah, I guess the trick there will be kind of calling the engagement time and not getting Tomax stuck in an odd spot, because they actually don't have very sharp maneuvers, do they? They've only got the the one banks and one forward on their dial. Is that correct?
On
For the bombers?
on a TIE bomber? Yeah, one straight,
Yeah.
one banks, and then you have to go up to the 2s and 3s before you get anything fancier.
Okay, cool. So you'd hope that you don't get stuck over a gas cloud or something like that.
Right.
If you do try to trigger that composure afterburners synergy.
And I mean, the truth is, shooting a torpedo with a target lock still feels pretty good. There's a lot of 1 agility targets out here.
There is, yeah, absolutely. The difference there would be that if you get a beautifully modded full set of dice and they blank out on the arc defense, you're putting a crit through straight away.
Right.
However, you do have Vader and something shooting first to strip shields anyway.
Yeah, and Vader isn't kind of the magic arc dodging ace that you might like him to be, but he definitely likes seeing a lot of hull on the other side because he puts crits in like crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And Hate Vader is just so consistent. And it's really interesting to see that Joel's gone for the Hate collision detector afterburners, which I probably think is more efficient than a Hate fire control afterburners because you just got so much action efficiency with Hate anyway. I don't really feel like FCS will give you anything extra. So collision detector seems really good and really strong.
He is a big fan of collision detector on Vader, mainly because you can go over rocks with collision detector on and trigger afterburners, just to kind of
that's huge.
Kick off all of the action chaining. Do the same thing with gas clouds. There's no risk involved in it. It lets Vader. I just said Vader's not really a arc dodging ace nowadays, but it lets him kind of pseudo be that by going into a place where he technically can't, quote unquote.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, just in terms of target priority here. Would you just try and clear the beef out as possible, or would you put a lot of pressure on Obi and trying to get him and his regeneration ability out of the way as soon as possible?
Well, looking at how Joel is set up, obviously they got dials down, so we're going to see it here in a second. It looks like Fell is probably coming in here to either threaten the 2 bottom arcs, or if Marcus doesn't meet it, to threaten to roll up. And Tomax and Vader are both in a pretty good place to maybe head fake and force Marcus to be cagey with Obi-Wan and hold him out of the engagement maybe for 1 extra turn. The only problem with
absolutely.
the 7B, the extra shields feel great, but the 2 green dice versus, say, I don't know, a Torp feels really bad.
It does feel really bad, and especially against something, say, such as Darth Vader, because, if you blank out on one of those green dice and you have no shields, you're basically going to get a crit.
Yeah, now Marcus is
Marcus being quite aggressive, actually,
coming in,
with Obi here.
Spinning the Force, get the fine-tuned boost off, got the focus down. If Joel turned Tomax and Vader in here, nope, Tomax going forward. So that's a missed chance for Joel probably just to wipe Obi-Wan off the board.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have assumed that Obi was coming in, but that gas cloud's going to give Tomax some good coverage from Obi-Wan's attack. So it'll be really interesting to see what Vader does here. I don't think he'll be in very many arcs with Tomax. I think he'll probably only get shot by 1 arc, that being the center one right next to the gas cloud there.
Yeah, judging range in Vassal is definitely not my specialty.
Okay, well, if you're not familiar with it, you're not familiar with it.
And that's just the truth. That bottom arc, I assume, probably doesn't have a shot onto... Oh, there's the failed afterburners.
I didn't think that would hit. There you go. Just talking about about not being able to guess vassal ranges.
Yeah.
I thought he was just going to make that boost and be stuck in a bad position.
Yeah, so that's
but there you go. So, we do get a lock onto Obi, but we're not going to get any double model torpedoes this turn.
Yeah, the arc's just not going to be there for it. So I guess I didn't catch the flash there real quick. I don't know if he even really had an option beyond Obi-Wan.
No, he only had Obi in range there, so he's only going to get shot by Obi.
Ooh, Vader going
Vader
straight
coming
forward.
in hot there. Okay, I think maybe Joel might have assumed that the arcs were going to turn in on Sunti there and put a pressure on him, and he thought he'd catch him on the flank. That said, though, Vader can definitely escape some arcs in the subsequent turn by using that collision detector synergy with the. So we'll have to see what Suntir does because pressure needs to be mounted, I guess. Would you trigger an afterburners here with Vader, or would you just let him stay there?
You might almost look at barrel rolling. Obviously, Joel's taking his time thinking about this. There it is, barrel rolling up towards Obi-Wan. That gets him an obstruction from 2 of the arcs, and gets him a shot on Obi-Wan. Should.
You're going to see a force being spent to focus and another being spent to get a target lock on Obi-Wan.
Pretty standard Vader action chain there.
Yep, and the he'll be getting 5 dice from each of these arcs on defense, and if he gets lucky, he might even be able to get a crit through on Obi, assuming that Obi blanks out.
Which it definitely happens on these the deltas without the ability to carry and evade. Can really bite you.
Yeah, absolutely. So Suntir looking like he might just be out of range of this arc.
Yeah, if he gets the arc, it's just barely going to happen.
It's not a bad position for Joel at all, if I'm honest. So he's going to be getting, 10 green dice from these arcs on defense. And he can really just barrel over that rock next turn with collision detector. Am I right?
I would definitely agree with that one. Yeah, I keep looking at this and okay, well, definitely gonna have the bullseye for Fell.
Absolutely. So he's probably not going to be taking any damage, even if he is an arc at range 3. What does he have on Fell? He's got Lone Wolf, doesn't he? Okay, so he's pretty safe on defense with double tokens and a reroll. Should he decide to use it?
Oh, Vader doesn't
have
arc.
Range on Obi?
Oh, this hurts.
I think he does.
Oh,
I think he just does.
Does he have the very top front corner?
Oh, it's so close. Max Zoom, I'm going to have. It is so. I think he's just in arc.
Well, we'll see.
Yep, he's got the range 1 on Obi-Wan.
Woo! That is.
So I think we're just about to roll that in.
Cutting
that is close.
Ooh, wow.
All right, so it depends on how well Vader rolls here. Do you just spend all mods and have hate for defense here, Stephen? Or do you just kind of be cagey with your mods?
Well, that depends on oof. That's a brutal roll to start.
I think you just spend the target lock and no focus at the moment.
Well,
okay, so we're going to see 3 hits here, one of them being a crit if he spends the focus. Yeah, he does. Okay. So let's see what we get from Obi-Wan. This is where we'll probably see Obi-Wan's ability being spent.
Natties.
That's a pretty good trade there. Natties indeed. Okay, so not the best beginning engagement due to a bit of dice variance there.
Yeah, that we just talked about it. One shield off of Obi, and he's gonna get a range 1 back into Vader. So
yeah, that's a bit worrying.
Fell's range 3 into the bottom arc.
Let's see what happens here. I probably wouldn't spend Lone Wolf unless you're really determined to not be an arc there. We all know how green dice can go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's spending Lone Wolf. Okay, there we go. Just trying to push the damage through early.
That's 2 shields off. That's a good start.
It is, and a cancelled mod from this bottom arc here. Okay, so now Obi-Wan is beginning to shoot. Okay. So as long as we don't blank out, it's not the worst thing in the world for Vader. Oh, it's effectively a blank out.
I mean, hate triggers.
Hate does trigger, I guess, yeah. And he'll get 2 force back.
Not much good
but
to
it's 2
say
shields down.
That, yeah.
So as long as Darth Vader doesn't take too much more damage from these arcs coming into him, he should be in a good position to kind of capitalize next turn. Because I don't know what we'll be seeing with Obi-Wan. I doubt we'll be seeing a K-turn or anything like that.
Yeah.
He'll kind of have to force himself into the middle of the board and put pressure on Tomax.
Yeah, jumping in on the K turn with the deltas always feels a bit. Oh, Tomax doesn't even have a shot. Whoo. Yeah, jumping in on a K turn with the deltas always feels pretty risky. But I mean, you got Vader moving after you. I guess you break Obi-Wan out, turn away, and just go ahead and pick up the. I guess he did hush.
I think that was from the bottom
That's
arc
the
into
bottom arc he
Suntir.
fell. Okay, yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So now we'll see these arcs firing at Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't actually have an obstructed shot from the middle arc there. So it looks like a clean 3-on-4 shot. Oh, it's the crits coming in too.
Crit hit.
This could be really bad.
Be real quick here.
Oh no. So one direct hit and Vader's gone. Not the best opening for Vader. Structural damage is big as well. What else do we see? We see a stun pilot. Okay, so with stun pilot, do you ignore obstacles and not take damage if you have collision detector?
Collision detector says you ignore the obstacle. I believe that you can still go over it with collision detector on.
Okay. So he's still in the clear then, assuming that he doesn't kind of get trapped by these back arcs in the following turn. But structural damage is going to, effectively make him have to sell himself out as dearly as possible here and let Tomax and Suntir do the rest of the work.
I'm reading collision detector right now. While you boost your barrel, you can move through and overlap obstacles. After you move through or overlap an obstacle, you may spend one charge to ignore its effects until the end of the round. I don't think you can ignore stun pilot on that.
So basically, you ignore after you'd resolve the damage from stun pilot.
Oh, and Marcus is actually appealing for a judge ruling right now. I'm sure that there's some kind of discussion going on in there. I'm actually going to step over real quick. Okay, so collision detector versus stun pilot.
Yeah.
Read stun pilot to me, somebody. Do you know it?
Stun pilot says after you execute a maneuver, if you moved through or overlapped an obstacle, suffer 1 damage.
So collision detector is after you move through or overlap an obstacle. You may spend 1 charge.
Correct.
I think you're fine.
I'll say my assumption on that one then would be that because the trigger is in the same window, you have the opportunity to spend the charge, and then that would ignore stunned pilot.
Does the opposition's judge agree?
I agree. I fully agree. No, it makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Because
we'll do it that way.
Okay.
Assuming I live. Queue. This could still be a non-issue.
Yeah, I mean it might just be a death anyways. So.
Shall see. So it's range 3 of
so much blocking potential and rear arc potential as well. It's just it's very hard for Suntir to kind of consistently maintain dodges. Oh, we've got another 3 perfect hits.
Ooh.
So Vader could very well be dead.
That's
there he is. So 1 crit and he's going to be out.
I'm really glad that I took the moment to go over there and we could resolve the interaction to both players. And there's the direct hit. Well, at
least we know, right?
Let's just make it really definite. So that is going to kill Vader. There was a discussion in there about collision detector and structural. They do trigger in the same phase, but then it's also a question of it says you ignore the effects of the obstacle, whereas stun pilot says that you after you overlap an obstacle, that's not really an effect of the obstacle, it's just overlapping. So I don't actually know if it would function. I think
No, I have a feeling you'd actually take the damage first and then choose to trigger collision detector second.
Yeah, well, so I feel like the damage and the choice of collision detector would trigger in the same window because it's after you move through or overlap. But I don't think that spending the charge on collision detector would actually overrule the damage of stun pilot, because stun pilot isn't the effect of an obstacle, it's just the fact that you overlapped it.
Okay, sure, with a template or with your face, fair enough. So you're Marcus here then. Are you going to try and capitalize on Tomax or Suntir?
Oh, Tomax is toast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you.
Very
I think you bring Obi-Wan in here, maybe on like a two straight, and you look for a fine-tuned boost, and go ahead and set up a
Grab a
lock
lock.
onto Tomax, and you got these two top arcs who are both feeling fine. They come in, and you've got basically every channel available to Tomax close off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just saying to the viewers while you were doing your judge call, I think that Suntir can really be left alone until the end game because you have so much potential and ability to bully him mid game as well because you've just got so many rear arcs. He'll have a really hard time unless he starts clearing ships, ASAP. It'll be very difficult, I think, for Joel to pull it back with just Suntir.
Yeah, Suntir. If there was one less arc, but even then, that's a big ask because that is a ton of health to chew through, and with the rear arcs out there, especially on a medium base, that arc is pretty. Oh, Marcus is swinging out here trying to go ahead and front up Felt, which there's no downside there, right? You've got a back arc, so if Tomax shoots that gap, you still cover a shot.
Exactly. No, you're totally right. And if you do get a clutch block on Suntir, he'll be reduced to a focus and a lone wolf reroll instead of all three. So there's your bank and lock set up with Obi-Wan onto Tomax.
Yeah.
It'll be really interesting to see how Tomax gets out of this little hole.
I don't think Tomax a hole one straight. I don't know that Tomax has an option out here. To be honest.
You probably just barrel roll to avoid the three arcs, but then you don't have any mods and you can't really set up a torpedo. Okay, so he's gone for the lock.
Well, I mean, you shoot ahead of the arc, if nothing else.
And you do, yeah. You might be able to get a lucky crit through.
Yeah, and Fell is probably going to need all the help he can get to get through something here. But whew, yeah, this game ran out of hand and hurt. Yep, there's the block.
Yep, the 2-4 was a very good move from Suntir though, because you still get a lone wolf reroll and you still get a focus result from Bull. So I think that the safest move for Marcus would be to just shoot Tomax here. And just completely ignore the threat of Fell.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, if you've got three dice gun. Oh, Fell's got it, range 3.
So he might even be able to strip off the shields first.
Yeah. That's not very good.
Well, I'd probably spend Lone Wolf there if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think so. You need to get damage on. There it is.
Yep, there it is.
Hit crit. Now, let's see what Marcus got. Double evade.
Oh, Marcus, what an insult. Okay, so he's probably still likely to put a crit through with Tomax there on a proton torpedo. Just depends on how much damage it takes from Obi.
Yeah, so this should be a range 2 shot, it looks like. Oh, wow. That's going to be 3 hits. No brainer. Spend the force.
I don't think Marcus is actually has actually rolled a blank yet on offense. So
Whew.
Joel really feeling the hurt here.
Yeah, so that's 1 into Tomax. No threat of a crit yet, but he is fully exposed to crits. No shields on a bomber. We're getting calls from the chat. Someone change out the dice. They're weighted. That's not really how Vassal works.
I always do feel like variance is I don't know. This is just a complete game of superstition. But whenever I play Vassal, I do feel like variance is so much more swingy than normal. That's just me though. Being totally superstitious. So we'll see a tug lock here. Oh no.
Well,
no. Only 2 hits.
That's 2 crits, but that is painful.
Probably just eat the shields and have mods for offense, I'd say. Unless you want to trigger Obi actually and be a bit cute. No? Okay. I probably would have triggered Obi's ability there.
Yeah, so that is
so you
all of the
only take 1
shields.
shield and
Off of the 2nd Battalion.
okay, that's not a bad roll. Tomax might survive yet.
There we go.
And he does. Look at this. So there's no way Tomax will win this round.
Yeah.
Actually, there is if you get a direct
I
hit.
mean, you go to a bunch of crits.
Nope.
Well, that's not going to do it, though. Just the one hit. And there's the evade.
This is what I'm talking about. See? This would never happen in a real game. Okay, and we don't have a shot from the third arc. So we actually traded 3 shields for 1 hull on Tomax. That's a very favorable exchange for Joel here. Could this be the out that he needs? What would you do in the subsequent turn?
That's a tough ask because Tomax, there's still not a good move for Tomax this next turn.
That's correct.
He's in a pretty ugly spot. I don't believe.
So what's the wording on composure?
Composure's.
You may perform. Okay.
Yeah, you fail the action, you may perform. So if you're stressed, you're not going to be able to get the focus action.
Yeah, because I was thinking maybe like a 5k, fail the boost, get a focus, but it doesn't really help you here. I would say that Joel is begging for a reset right now, maybe using that gas cloud in the middle bottom of the screen as cover for both Tomax and Suntir. Marcus is probably going to have a very easy time with just like some soft one banks towards Suntir and push him out of the fight again, while Tomax begs for a reset.
Yeah, you one bank those middle 2 arcs down towards the bottom edge. That leaves plenty of space for Obi-Wan to operate to kind of chase Tomax as well. I mean, Obi's still got a lockup. Next turn he comes around, he can spend a force for fine-tune, pick up the focus. He's feeling really good. Even
Absolutely.
do a fine-tune boost barrel roll combo to kind of get around and sit on 2 force with a target lock. Still feels great.
What would you do with Suntir here then?
Well, if you're expecting the 1 banks down, you'd probably look for a 2 bank and then accept that the barrel roll will let you dodge some arcs. Ooh, there's a 2 hard.
Okay.
So Marcus is trying to block.
That probably blank. Yeah, the 2 bank.
And there's Obi. Yeah, he's looking to pick Tomax up on that top arc and just blast away with Obi here.
What do we see from Tomax? 3 hard block. Ooh, so that's not too bad because it's really threatening the bait from Tomax and allows Suntir to get out of here even if he does get blocked. Just have to get that bump resolved.
All right, so we're training back.
Oh no!
Is Tomax on the rock?
Ooh, I'll have to full zoom into that. No, he's just
cleared. Okay.
Lucky.
That was
Okay, but we will have a fully modded shot from Obi-Wan here. And interesting to see what's.
You've also got an arc right behind. I mean, Tomax dies this turn if Marcus wants it to be dead.
Well, I mean, we thought he would die last turn, right?
True. Okay, yeah.
So Suntir's out of there. He's not going to take any shot.
Just boost around this gas cloud, get set up for the next turn.
It's actually not a bad move with Suntir because now he's going to be able to pressure Obi and get cover from this gas cloud against all of these arcs. And Suntir might not be as strong as he was in first edition, but you definitely feel safe when you got Suntir on the table.
Hit. That's going to be 3 hits. There's no reason.
After the focus spin,
no
absolutely.
To not spend it here.
Oh, no, so 3 hits there. So what would Tomax be on? He'll be on 1 left.
Yeah, he's down to 2.
He's already got a damage card.
Yeah, I think he's only taken the 1. Yeah, because last round he traded 1 hole for where you got 3 shield out of the arcs.
Yeah, so we should have 1 hull left on Tomax.
2.
No, he's got 4 damage cards in his hand.
You're 6 hole on a bomber.
Oh, there you go. My bad.
I was like, how is he doing this math wrong? I mean, I know Australia's far away, but come on now.
It's like constant threat of being attacked by other things.
Yeah, you got to watch out for the spiders and the drop bears.
It is very true. I will be very interested to see if... Okay, so shields down on the bomber. That definitely makes Suntir's life a little bit easier. Sorry, shields down on the arc.
Right, so both the arc on the bottom and the middle arc are both shields down. And that is going to kill Tomax. So
If he got double natties again, he would be on one left, but that's Tomac's dead.
Tomax is out. And I will say, from experience, Joel's least favorite thing to fight against is beef. So Marcus chose well today.
Yeah, I guess so. But Sun Tzu against the world is a very common theme, and it's definitely one that can be achieved as well. So
Yeah, I mean,
let's say we clear Obi early here. I don't think Sun Tzu has too much issue taking on 3 arcs with some very, very careful play.
well, you got to get rid of Obi-Wan first, and I mean, Obi is still plenty healthy. Still 2 shields up, 3 hull. Got the regen charges in his pocket.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. So I guess the first step toward Australian superiority here, my man.
First step.
I'm joking. I still believe in Sun Tzu. So the benefit here is that Sun Tzu will always have Lone Wolf working, which is a very nice thing.
I mean,
to not have to worry about. I think a cheeky one left hard with Sun Tzu toward Obi-Wan, get some good coverage of the gas cloud against these arcs, and can maybe put some double modded shots into Obi.
you might end up having to look at a 1 hard plus a boost, because the middle arc comes around on a 2 hard, and you only do a 1 hard on Fell. That you might clip past the gas cloud and not get the obstruction.
Very true, very true.
But obviously, moving at I6, moving last here, he's going to get to see it before he decides it. So
you might even go for a barrel roll with this arc. No, he's just going to get a
just
lock.
go ahead and start picking up the target
I guess
locks.
they're all free to get.
Yeah. Well,
they're all free to get target locks here.
The disadvantage for Fell here is that as he slips around these arcs, oh, a K turn. Okay, now that's a little unexpected, but it does get the facing the right way. And looks like we're gonna have a little Obi-Wan on Fell joust here. Yep, there's the fine-tuned barrel.
So this barrel roll definitely allowed Sun Tzu to get both modifications on his green dice, because you'll be able to easily get focus and an evade here. Oh, maybe not, actually.
You might barrel roll over and not get bullseye on either side. You definitely boost forward, I think, to get gas cloud. Clear arc on the furthest arc and get gas cloud for that middle one.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be interesting. I wonder if a 2 hard actually would have given him bullseye
2 hard
there,
would have
and maybe given him
bullseye for sure. Takes the evade, and we're just gonna boost.
Oh. Straight in the range 1. I guess you got the Lone Wolf, so we'll just have to pray against Obi-Wan's attacks here, because he's got 2 force and a target lock.
Yeah, that's pretty solid modification. No bullseye. Yep, as expected. I think once you don't have the bullseye there, if you barrel roll, you probably put the bullseye on the other side of Obi-Wan, so it doesn't do any good. It is range 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, 3 hits.
3 hits, not
Did you
bad.
spend the Lone Wolf? No. Natties.
Oh my goodness. Again with the natty on defense. That's huge.
And 1 shield off of Obi-Wan. Return fire.
Ooh. Okay, so Sun Tzu's not dead, that's for sure.
You got the evade.
So we got a Lone Wolf.
Yeah, should see a Lone Wolf here. Oh, there you go.
Hey, completely healthy.
Add the
and
evade.
he'll take hit crit from this arc. I bet
This
you.
crit's gonna. That's not obstructed.
It's not
That's
obstructed?
not, when it flashed up there, that's not obstructed. Ooh.
Okay, well, we're safe anyway.
It might
So
as well
no
be
damage up
obstructed. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not too bad at all. But the follow-up here is hard, because Obi-Wan is in a perfect position to just do a beautiful 4 or 5k turn and maintain position. The arc, say, 101st Battalion Pilot 2 can just 1 bank in toward the center of the board, while the center arc just does a cheeky 1 forward, grabs a lock, and sets itself up for next turn.
Yeah, the arc in the middle of the board's just got an easy road here. You just move forward, get your lock, sit where you are. I think you're definitely right on the K turn for Obi-Wan. This is when there's only 1 opponent on the board and you've got everything out there. K turn definitely does not hurt. Looks like they've
absolutely.
decided to throw a charge token out there to track a lone wolf. Probably a smart call.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seeing some cries here for Soontir to run. Well, I guess that depends on if you want to win the game.
And Joel wants to win, right?
That's what you're here for. I mean, he brought a bid, but he didn't bring that big of a bid.
How many points was the bid?
I believe Joel is at 8 points.
8 points. Okay, so 192 squad.
Yeah.
Do you do something too hard in here with Suntir, assuming that the middle arc is just going to do a 1 forward and try and get double mods on defense?
Now you could too hard here. If the arc goes 1 straight, you might could even boost and clear arc on the too hard.
It's true, yeah, but assuming a 2 forward, you're probably blocked. But that's just my bad vassali, I guess.
I think if he does a 2 straight, I still think the 2 straight and the 2 hard don't quite meet. You might actually pass really close to each other.
Okay. Because assuming the 4K, turning in toward the bottom of the board isn't actually too bad an idea on Suntir. Because I have a feeling that the leftmost arc will just be doing a 1 bank in toward the center of the board.
Oh, yeah. Yep, there it is. 2 bank. You're close. All right, there's the 1 forward.
Okay, so the 1 forward does allow the 2 hard off Suntir.
Oh.
Okay. So he's going to block it with Obi. Interesting.
He may not block
That's
it.
actually a very good
Suntir may clear that and just sit in front of Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Oh, he's actually taken a regen there, so Suntir doesn't have to worry at all.
Okay.
I definitely wouldn't have regen there.
No, I don't. There's not a reason to worry about a regen. I mean, sure, you get it off, but... Okay. Well, fell on the 4 forward.
Coward move.
I'm not sure. I guess you boost towards the top of the board?
Probably take a token on the way. I'd probably take a focus and boost.
And you could just go up. Well, here's the focus. Stress for the... There it is, boost. All right, get that gas cloud.
I have a gas cloud BP2, but we won't have a gas cloud for BP1.
Yeah, that... It's going to be range 3 at least, but I got Lone Wolf. Okay, so that should be range 3 obstructed. 1 hit's not worth much.
Automatically dodge. Oh, there we go. When he didn't need it.
Dice.
See, this wouldn't happen in a normal game. I'm telling you. This is Vassal. Vassal bad mojo.
No. I roll 4 and 5 evades on 1 hit all the time.
All the time?
There's
okay,
no in between.
Very lucky man.
You either roll 4 or 5 evades on 1 hit, or you take 1 damage. And
there we go. Don't
evade.
spend Lone Wolf.
And that's going to be obstructed as well from the gas cloud. 2 hits.
Yep, he'll be completely safe here.
Yep. Plenty of blanks to convert.
So I do wonder if the 2 hard in off of Suntir would have been good, because he could have escaped the arc off BP1 and been in a good position to be kind of behind these arcs again. But the 1 hard off Marcus was actually very good, though I wouldn't have agreed with the regen in the off chance that Suntir does turn in. But he's really opening himself up to some good moves and pursuing Suntir for next turn.
Yeah, the 2 hard on, or was it a 2 or a 1 hard from Obi? Either way, the hard turn.
It was a 1 hard.
The hard turn in from Obi was a really good call, because I mean maybe you block the 2 hard, maybe you don't. But if you do block Suntir there, and you have 2 arcs with the yeah, that's a dead fell,
toast.
Right?
But assuming Suntir would have turned in, I think the regen was probably a bad idea, because you'd have a fully modded range 1 shot at least.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to regen there for sure. They're contemplating their dial, so 51 minutes left on the clock right now. I mean, there's plenty of time for Joel to try to piece something together, but the way Fell is facing a 2 hard back down means you're going to end up looking at a lot of guns shooting at you. You almost wonder if you too hard to the right.
I think you do, to just try and get some coverage from these asteroids. And, as soon as you've got yourself facing these arcs, it just does definitely increase your chances of getting double-modded offense. Yeah. Defense.
Well, Marcus looks like he is going to call it with that top arc covering the too hard to the right pretty well. The arcs are in a great place, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 channels, just full coverage. There's at least 2 shots in each right. Okay. Obi hit the gas cloud.
It's okay. Fine-tuned controls can get him off that.
But you can't.
Gas clouds are balanced.
You still can't barrel roll over the cloud.
Yeah, that's true.
So you'd have to barrel.
I actually would have anticipated a sloop there.
Yeah, I would have expected a 2 sloop just to get the arc facing back up where the arcs are. All right. Well, there's
distancing himself with Obi quite a bit there.
Yeah, there's the fine-tuned boost. At that point, just go ahead and burn the other region, right? Go back up to full health.
I wonder if Sunti can get out of here.
Ooh, I don't.
He's got no mods on offense. Oh no, he does. He has a target lock. I'd probably take an evade and barrel roll away, or a focus and barrel roll away.
Now you could take an evade and barrel roll into that arc. You pick up the gas cloud, and you might clear arc, maybe?
Actually, that's a very good point. Yeah, I think the barrel roll left might actually fit. It's close.
And if it covers enough ground, you trigger his bullseye ability.
Yeah, to get double modded defense.
Against just the one shot, and you get return fire into the arc. There's no guarantee it works, but you never know if that might not fit.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it fits, man. I think that's a really good call. I wouldn't try it because I'm a wimp, but wonder if he's going to do it. The sad thing is that Sunti probably takes, even just to get through 6 hull, Sunti probably takes about three shots to kill an arc here. So,
oh yeah,
it's just so much beef on the table.
So according to Marcus, he dialed in the wrong way for Obi-Wan.
Oh, with Obi.
That makes more sense. The one hard going the other way makes a lot more sense.
It does. Yep, I think he's gonna try it.
So we got the evade. Here comes the stress.
Ooh, stress. Yep, he's gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
What an animal!
Perfect.
Look at that. That's perfect. Okay, that's a pretty cool move. And he's got glass cloud coverage from BP1. Probably going to take a range 1 shot from BP2, but I think with double modded defense.
Double mods plus Lone Wolf, you got the gas cloud for the other one. That's not a bad. Of all the places you end up, it's not the worst.
No, definitely not.
Ooh, do you spend Lone Wolf?
Don't spend Lone Wolf here, I don't think. Don't do it, Joel. No. Okay.
All right, so 3 hits. And that puts that battalion down to just 3 hull. And I actually have these numbers. I just noticed that. Yes. Go in here.
Sunti's actually in a really good spot here to turn in and put pressure on Obi, actually. And I don't actually think that BP2 has a shot. So it's just going to be a fully modified gas cloud defense.
1 hit feels good.
Yeah, I don't think you spend the target lock there.
Yeah, no, you hold on to that. Get a focus down the road.
Now, honestly, Sunti can really get out of town here and put a lot of pressure on Obi-Wan because he can't be pursued by these arcs.
Yeah,
I think you'll have probably a K turn from all 3 of them.
Yeah, the downside there for Marcus, he looked really good with the 3 arcs facing up a channel each way. Is once Fell is able to carve inside of that, it's going to be another turn of recovery essentially because a 2 hard out of Fell, a boost to kind of slide through there. You're pretty safe on fire from the arcs and probably exchanging blows with Obi, which still doesn't feel great because he's pretty healthy.
He is really quite healthy. But we do have one of the charges down, so I guess he's two fully modded shots from Sunti.
Okay.
Now, are you one of those guys that gets confident from only being left with Sunti or Darth Vader on the field?
I don't. Well, okay. I don't really play Soontir, so probably not.
Yep.
I
Okay, fair
I
enough.
seriously wouldn't feel if there were 4 or even 3 ships on the board with Vader left. I probably still wouldn't feel that great because it's
Okay,
just too
yep.
easy for Vader to get caught and, as we saw, and just eat a lot of damage. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
but there is definitely an advantage as you go and you get down to the 2 dials or the 1 dials. Your decision making gets a lot clearer. Um,
Hmm.
Now, did Marcus block himself here, or is he just too harding the next arc?
No, I think he's blocked his own 4K there.
Oh,
Oh,
nope,
no,
there we
okay.
go. Just bumping into Fell. Okay. I mean, no real
Fair enough.
consequence here of going over a gas cloud because gas clouds are fair.
They are absolutely fair. The fairest. Um, do you take an evade on Obi and just play really cautiously here from now on? You're not really messing anything. No, he's actually regened his last shield.
Okay, so
Very interesting move.
well, I mean, you can regen the last. You can still take an evade.
Sorry,
I'm sorry, Tom. Lost you there for a second.
I just lost you there, mate. No, yeah, that's all right. I'm
All
back.
right.
Yeah. Would you have put pressure on Sunti there and not taking the shield regen?
Yeah, I mean, you're at 5 health. It just takes one good roll for Fell to just die. All right, so there's the 2 hard, and I mean, Fell just one boost forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he just focuses one boost forward, takes a free shot on Obi-Wan.
Yeah. And I think definitely, Marcus there, he took the regen and then he boosted for his action. So you've got a lot of force tokens, sure, but I think I would have fine-tuned that and picked up like a focus.
Yeah, absolutely. Or I would have barreled toward the right hand side of the board edge because really you've just given you've just given Joel a free shot here.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
So the realistically, I mean, you could have effectively wasted those 2 regen charges.
right here, yeah. It's a range 3 shot, so it's not the worst, but um, Lone Wolf? Do you think that arc
And
is
the
there?
lone wolf, absolutely.
Even
No, I don't think
even
so.
if the arc's got arc, I think it's obstructed just because of the bottom edge of the cloud.
Yeah, with the gas cloud, yeah.
Yeah, you spend it. Come on, Joel. You need more points. 21 points isn't enough. No.
Oh, it's a blank.
Well, that's not going to do you any good.
And he's safe.
Yeah. Okay, so it does
I
have
wonder
a
if
shot. Nope.
um, yeah, sorry, I think Basil is just playing up a little bit here, but the rearmost arc won't have shot. No, looks like there's no shots at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
didn't look like there was going to be anything there. All right. I mean, this is the turn, or that turn right there was a turn for Joel to maybe try to close up a little bit, but didn't really get any results out of it. And this next turn, Marcus is probably just right back in business.
Yeah, I'd say so. Joel has to really be cautious about the block off of Obi-Wan here. Any of the kind of predictable ace moves, such as a 2-bank left, a 4 forward, could put Joel in quite a bit of trouble. I do wonder what he does.
Well, if nothing else, the nice thing about being blocked by Obi-Wan means you most likely trigger your bullseye ability.
Yeah, absolutely. You're effectively always going to get double mods on defense with Sunji, even if you are blocked. So that's not too bad at all.
And I don't believe it looks like Marcus. I mean, I guess the bottommost arc, you just go ahead and 2-hard it. I mean, what do you care about that gas cloud?
No, you don't care at all. Just put the pressure on.
Yeah, come in on a 1 or a 2 straight on the upper one, and you might just 2-hard the other stressed arc as well because, again, does it really matter?
No, there's really no consequences to a gas cloud, unfortunately.
Well, and the arc's already got his target lock up, so you at this point you just want to get guns on.
Try and get as much damage through as possible, put as much pressure. Any arc is really enough to threaten Sunti because he's 1 blank out away from dying.
Yeah, I mean, one bad roll just ends it. Um, I definitely think if you're Marcus, you're looking for a block with Obi this turn, for sure.
Yep, yep.
The question is, where do you go that covers the best options? You,
So I think on one bank right covers the 4 forward. Um, if you're Joel, like, what are you really considering doing here? Are you considering the 2 bank to the left and trying to get kind of yourself in between the arcs and the rock? Sorry, the rock in between yourself and the arcs.
see if I think if I'm Marcus right here, I'm looking at the one bank with Obi, and you want to barrel roll up to try to block that two bank.
Yeah,
If Fell
exactly.
does the
Yeah,
four straight, it doesn't really matter one way or the other because there's no shots coming out of Fell because he's just going to go past.
yeah, and then you get a reset anyway with the 2 slip or a 4K turn.
Yeah.
I think that's a good move. Yeah, so there's the one bank. I don't actually think that the two left will be blocked,
Oh no,
even with.
barrel's not going to get it here. So taking a focus, sitting on 2 force.
Yeah,
Oh, and
four
there's the
forward.
4
Yeah, that's
forward.
probably the safest move.
Yeah.
Take a focus and boost. Because the one hard off Obi next turn won't fit in terms of going right and putting more pressure on the board center. I think a 4K turn or something is probably the safest move with Obi. Got so many modifications with him as well. It's just these Delta 7s, man, they're crazy.
They are really nice. I'm not going to lie. All right, so this arc's going to look at a range 3 obstructed. And that's a pretty good
I wouldn't
roll.
spend the lock there. Yep,
No worries.
safe.
No worries.
Good move, Marcus. So now we're back in the action of putting pressure onto Fell. Can Obi do anything to block Suntir next turn? I don't think so. Joel's move too hard left is probably the safest thing to do and try and get himself back to the middle of the board and kind of sniping off shields and hull. How much time do we have left on the timer here?
38 minutes left on the timer. You know, with Obi at this point, do you just 2 sloop?
I think so.
Just go ahead and get yourself pointed
I mean,
back up.
the only issue is that the arc might block you. I mean, a 4 forward off the arc is probably the best move to guarantee that the sloop fits.
Yeah, that's true. That front arc might be a bit of a problem. 4 forward doesn't feel super great either since that's a red move.
Yeah, exactly. But you've still got the target lock, but you're limiting yourself next turn for double modded shots.
Yeah.
How many points has Mike? 135?
Yes, Marcus has got 135 to Joel's 21.
Okay.
And you know, I'm gonna have to say, you know, Joel's just putting a lot of pressure on his 2 teammates here to perform in later matches.
So I think the disgusting thing is that if you kill all of these arcs, you're still only getting 126 points.
The arcs are so incredibly cheap; it is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we're going to see a good 2 left here with Suntir with his safest move. Maybe even a 4K turn with Obi or a 1 hard again like he did last time.
1 hard's definitely an option for sure. I do believe you would fit next to that. You could. Okay, well he's barrel rolling to clear space. That might be the 2 sloop right there on Obi.
Yeah, I think it will be. Effectively the same ground as the 4-4 though. Do we go over the rock there? That's a really interesting question. Doesn't look like it.
Looks like he's got his action.
I think Sunti might even be able to actually get double mods on offense there and defense and maybe even clear that arc. We'll see what happens. The kill box is closing in. You can feel it.
Yeah, a lot of shots starting to build up here. Very.
Maybe a focus and barrel roll to the left just to try and snipe that arc in the middle.
Yeah, I mean you pick up a range 3 shot from the back arc probably, but is that the worst?
I don't think so. Not with all the mods that Cintia's got on defense. I think we're going to see it.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. But the position that you're in right now is not very good because the 4 forward will be blocked by the arc. I think the 2 hard will be blocked by Obi. You don't really want to bank toward the board edge, do you? Because then you just get a lot more pressure on you. So we'll see what happens, what the result is here.
Yeah.
I think you can actually spend all your mods on offense.
Yeah, you feel pretty safe all the way out here. You need damage. There it is. Three hits on 2 evades.
Well, if he had a blanked, it would have been dead. All right, so let's think about next turn then. What are you likely doing with Sun Tzu to guarantee yourself a safe move?
So now that brought... I'm just trying to get my numbers right here. So that brought BP2 down to 2 hole?
2 hell. Yep.
I must have had these... I think I had something reversed here. Well, we may have lost tracking.
It's okay. So the only one that we're worried about is BP2.
Alright, I'm just going to see... You know what, we're just going to do this, and we're just going to rename them, and we'll move on with our lives. I actually missed that Vassal had put names, helpfully names on there, and I ignored that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright, we're just going to flip these back around. I think this is accurate. I think we've got one 104 that has not taken damage, one that's missing shields, and one that's got 1 hole left.
Yep, sure. Fair enough. So yeah, I think the 2 hard left in is definitely blocked by Obi. I think the 4 forward is blocked by BP. 2 bank right is probably the safest move, but it really doesn't afford you the ability to kind of get return fire. Maybe the 4 forward is the safest move here, and just collide into.
You probably need to turn in. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go up and hit
Force
the arc, you
hard.
just get picked up into a range 1 from Obi. I mean, honestly, do you just too hard away from this?
No, because then you only get 1 mod on defense. I think turning in is probably the safest move as you've said. You'll be blocked by Obi, but BP2 probably won't get a shot. BP1 probably won't even get a shot on you, in all honesty.
Yeah, I went ahead and just adjusted that. I did go one hole too far on BP2. All right, so there's the banks coming in. Cat is going to be a brat here and start scratching things randomly. Thanks, Cat.
Okay, so there's the 2 hard block.
Yeah, setting up with Obi to create a kill somewhere. You clip 1, you take a range 1 from the other, plus the other arcs hanging out there.
Oh, he banked out. Look, good move
There
actually,
we go.
because now he's going to. Because I actually would have assumed that that BP2 would have just gone straight and covered the bank out, if I'm honest, and just kind of assumed that Obi was going to bump me. Just a boost forward here is really good option.
Clear some arcs. Gonna take a little fire, but I mean, compared to the alternatives, this feels pretty good.
It does, yeah, absolutely.
I did like just looking back at the chat. There's your target lock. 2 hits. Make it
Full house. What were you going to say about that?
They were talking about Tomax, and is that Tomax build any good? No, not really. There's a reason why he keeps talking about how he's going to run it, and we keep saying don't.
I guess it's worth a try, right?
I mean, if you're going to try it, why not try it here?
I mean, I was racking your brain for some scum builds, and I tried them for so long, and they just.
Building with scum.
So you've got to try.
When you want to fly Guri is so hard.
Okay, so we're only actually seeing and a safe Sunti again. It must be quite frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, it's not first edition Soontir, but you can still stonewall attacks pretty well. You need full results on these 3 dice attacks.
Yeah, you absolutely You do. Now you got good coverage from the gas cloud next turn again, and you're looking for a reset. The challenge will be probably killing BP2 for Joel. That'll be the moral victory of this game, I think.
Yeah, 30 minutes left on the clock, and clearing an arc would feel nice at this point. Even if you want to look, even if you want to look forward and say, well, you clear an arc, and then what happens next, right? Well, getting one gun off the board, one less blocker off the board, those all feel pretty good.
It does, absolutely, absolutely. In a full time like a 19 round limit vassal game, Suntia likely could have done it, but with a hard timer on, it's going to be more difficult for sure.
I mean, I haven't been really paying attention to how many rounds we played, but I don't know if 19 rounds does it either.
Yeah, that's very true. I think they're probably up to like midway through that game anyway, right?
Yeah. So in the chat, little Nedved, saying for you, Gurian 5 PS1 Z95s. I mean, I guess there's nothing in it that really inspires me for that. We built it, and it's a list, but that kind of list. There's enough not going on in that list that it just comes down to getting ships in the right place, getting arcs in the right place, because there's nothing else really going on past that point.
Yeah, I think if Guri had a good like an arc type support, I think if the G1As made their way into hyperspace, Scum would be in a much better place because you'd have a lot more control elements and like jam or stress handouts or medium based blocking.
Yeah, or even if you saw something like the Seek.
Really?
Yeah, why not? You have an easy way to carry an ion cannon, which I believe is in hyperspace. I
Yeah,
can't keep track of
I
all
think
these
so.
formats. They're fairly cheap. They're decently survivable.
They are, yeah, with the 3 greens, and Serasu would make her way in as well, which should help on defense a lot.
Sarasu wouldn't feel bad, yeah.
Just got to think about what to do here with Marcus's arcs.
Well, dials are down. Yeah, that's a fairly easy move there for the first arc. Same for the second one. Reacquire the lock. And just bump with the next into the back of Fell. Which means you're...
Obi-Wan probably doing a 1 hard left.
Bank. Well, if nothing else, you're not going to see a shot out of the arc that bumped, but you're also not going to see a shot coming back in this turn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're pretty safe. Just to focus and boost.
Yeah.
Get the gas cloud coverage.
Boost? Maybe, depending on how Obi-Wan's arc is angled, boost might actually clear... If you try to bank boost here, it might actually put you into an unobstructed shot.
I don't think so, but yeah, it's definitely something to keep in mind. As soon as you lose gas cloud coverage, it's pretty upsetting.
Yeah, at this stage, as fragile as you are, you really want to make use out of every one of those turns. Charlie, they're saying stop selling Seeks. For those of you who don't know, Charlie encountered a 7 Seek list at Denver that absolutely ran him over.
Do we know what Charlie?
Charlie was running Hatchet Man.
Oh, okay.
Hatchet Man does not like jamming beams.
Oh, Joel didn't actually stress himself there. That's really interesting.
Hit crit into the 1 of aid.
Oh, gas cloud. Lucky.
Whew.
Lucky.
You have Lone Wolf.
You do, absolutely, and gas cloud. So Suntia really needs to just kind of knife fight here and continue to threaten those range 1 shots on these arcs to try and get some more point salvaged.
Yeah, I mean Obi's probably looking at the 1 hard end because you're healthy. You don't mind playing the joust game.
No way. As in, like, you don't mind at all.
Oh yeah, I was say, are you saying you would run? Because honestly,
I mean, you're that far ahead, maybe,
for 25
but
minutes.
I would just turn in, keep the pressure on.
Oh, Charlie claims he almost won. That it was awful, but he almost won. Um, yeah, I think you see a 1 hard for Obi and probably a 2 hard for all of the arcs here.
Yeah, I agree. I agree absolutely.
I,
Except the 2 hard might actually be blocked on BP one.
but I mean, does it really matter
Yeah,
when
nah, probably
the
not.
gun's facing the right way?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's the
There's
1 hard in.
one.
Probably actually
Boost,
block
yeah, boost
Sun
forward
Tzu's
here.
1 hard. Yeah,
Because if Fell runs, the boost helps you anyways. It keeps you closer in range.
exactly. I'd probably fine tune boost and grab a lock. Yep, there it is. What has?
Of course, Joel wasn't stressed. I mean, you don't have to. There it is, 3 hard. Yeah, you don't have to commit
Oh,
to the 2
beautiful
hard because
move.
you're not stressed. Now
Probably a focus boost here.
you could boost barrel roll. Here's the boost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, the barrel is definitely going to help.
Because the barrel roll will clear arc and it will get you his ability.
Yeah, for sure. And then now you're behind those arcs again, which is quite nice.
You're behind everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Marcus did the same thing we did. We forgot that. Oh no, he fails the barrel roll that way.
That's okay though. He can
You can
always
always just come up to the middle.
reposition it. Yeah, that was to the back.
Yeah.
There it is. What were you saying about Marcus?
I think Marcus did the same thing we did. Everybody's so used to seeing Fell stressed that you just accept the 2 hard is dialed in.
Going to climb some more points here. Climbing the point ladder.
Got the bullseye. Full mod shot here,
Could we see
range
it?
1.
With no return fire, absolutely.
Oof.
Lone wolf reroll.
Yeah, spend it. Three hits.
Yep, there's the 3.
3 hits, and that's going into BP number 3.
That is, yes, number 3.
Once again, I have things misnamed because somehow I continue to mess it up. So that's just shields off of number 3, looks like. So not the worst for Marcus.
No, so number 3 is actually down to.
Okay, I just completely lost track of who was who then.
That's cool. So BP1 is full.
Aha. Okay, so BP1 is the full health.
Yeah. Yeah, BP2 is 2 hull and BP3 is 3 hull.
Alright, BP3 is 3 hull. And BP2 is 2 hull?
Correct.
Alright, there we go. Well, we shall restore. Vassal keeping track of this way better than I am.
Yeah, I guess if the viewers can see the stats on the actual screen, as in on the base length, they just can't zoom in on it.
Yeah, I don't know how well you can zoom in on Twitch or not. Vassal has some really strange, not resolution, aspect ratios to the way the mat is outputted. That makes it really awkward to get it into something like OBS for streaming.
So, do you just K-turn with BP1 over the gas cloud, 2 hard with BP2, and maybe even K-turn with BP3? Or do you just use your back arcs to maintain shots?
I mean, back arcs are just 2 dice. You know, the 2 dice, 3 dice hasn't done it. I don't know if 2 dice are going to do it either. I think the K-turns, everybody's got a lock. I mean, you don't really need the mods here.
Yeah, that's true.
You might
do a 2 sloop with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, yeah. You might like the defensive mods, but at 2 and 3 hole with something that shoots way ahead of you. Oh, yep, there's the K turn. All right, so just the bank. So we're gonna open up the back gun here. So keeping the back guns
Interesting.
open.
We might actually see a dead BP3 if Sunti's done a too hard in.
Should be, yeah.
Or it might pump.
Oh, too
Oh no,
hard
he's got it.
away.
Okay.
I wonder if that was misset.
No, it's probably just in case they did the cage. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's pretty happy there.
Boost out, reset. Only 20 minutes left on the clock.
I mean, if Sunti's the only one left, you've effectively won.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have a shot here, and a lone wolf. Or we're going to take a damage.
Oof.
Oh, we take one hull.
That does not feel good. Still keeping his points on fell for now, which, Joel's gotten 2 to half, so he's gotten the equivalent of 1 arc. Got to celebrate the small victories.
41, right? 42.
Yeah, 42 points. Got to celebrate the small victories.
So, I mean, theoretically, Joel absolutely could kill Obi and get a dead arc and win. Is that correct? Because Obi's 74 plus 41. That's 115 plus another 21. 136. I think that puts him 1 point ahead of what Marcus has scored. Yeah. Well, it's definitely possible.
I mean, Obi is full health, right? 3 shield, 3 hull. You need a lot to go right.
3 force.
Yeah. I think I might buy that.
That's what I'm chasing, I guess.
Yeah, I might buy that story you're selling if Obi was already at half points.
Yeah, I think I agree. But some absolutely fantastic Suntia flying from Joel here, I think. Like calling the right blocks and leaving when he needs to.
So I got a question here from the chat. Are we counting MOV for these games? We're recording the scores. I don't know if we've actually decided or assumed how we're declaring winners. We're only playing 3 games, so it can't really tie.
Very unlikely that one of them. Yeah, very unlikely that one of them ends in a draw. But then we just final salvo, I guess.
Salvo,
so,
yeah.
I mean, we just assumed going into it we were going to get a perfect score, so we're already quite impressed by Joel's half points on.
Oh yeah. So it's actually been very interesting to watch Marcus. I've never seen him play.
Okay.
I have had the joy and the experience of seeing you play in person.
Over in Arizona, absolutely. That was a lot of fun.
Over in Arizona to a 2-point loss for me. So based on that record, I don't know where y'all expected to see a flawless victory, but
You got me there.
But I have never seen Marcus play, and I've been really, really impressed. I think he's handled the arcs really quite well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The medium base, especially once you start putting more than 2 medium bases on the board sometimes feels really crowded.
Yeah, very, very unwieldy. But I think Marcus has done a very good job of blocking when he needs to and maintaining shots over kind of receiving.
We're going to talk him up and he's going to block himself. Come on, Marcus.
Yeah. As we're doing it. I guess it wasn't a slew.
There's a curse of the commentator.
So would you get another free shot on Obi-Wan here by doing maybe a boost barrel roll?
You definitely...
Probably get a mod.
I think you pick up a mod and boost?
What are we planning?
Roll.
Okay, we're going way.
Okay.
That's not too bad, because you're getting a range 3, maybe unobstructed shot onto BP2, and you're using the rock as like a leverage point.
There we go, yeah. So range 3 unobstructed into BP2. BP2's only got 2 hull. Oof, that's probably not going to do it.
That's not great.
Do you spin the lone wolf?
I don't think so.
Come on, Joel, you need the points.
You can get the points next turn, right?
They'll still be there.
Oh, he's doing it.
Into a die. Into a blank.
Good try. If he blanked out, he would.
Oh no. Here's the death of Fell. Yep.
Oh, and that's
That
it.
is
Good
that
game,
is
fellas.
game.
That was an awesome opening from Marcus and some really good swim flying from Joel. I think that was very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for everyone tuning in there.
Yeah, it's it's sad to see. Marcus got out to a really big start and just kind of grinds down from there. But seriously,
Yeah.
thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm glad we could do it. I tell you what, do we want to pull the two of them in here for just a second and let them talk for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to
I'll
jump over and grab them?
and drag them. Hold on just a second.
On into that.
Hey, you two.
Yeah, but Joel, that
Yep.
was sheer luck. Joel, that was sheer luck on my part. I knew that you're gonna come in fast, but I really thought you had me in range there, but no.
Yep.
Do y'all want to jump into the other channel and chat for maybe just a minute about the game?
Sure.
All right.
From them.
I am pulling them into here.
All right, you guys. Hey, so who wants to start, Joel or Marcus?
Well, we have a custom on our podcast that the lower finisher speaks first, so I'll go ahead.
All right.
In that initial engagement, my first, a lot of times, you have a first instinct and then you think better of it, and you just kind of defeat yourself for doing that. And my first instinct was to 3-bank both Tomax and Vader into where Obi-Wan was going to come in. And then Tomax would have had the gas cloud cover, and Vader probably would have been out of range of at least one more arc than he was. And I would have gotten to fire 2 shots into Obi-Wan for negligible return. But then I thought better of it. And I was like, oh, but Obi-Wan's just gonna do a fast straight maneuver and get around the outside rock and come in behind me. So I don't need to waste trajectory on that. But that ended up getting Vader killed. So.
Sometimes it happens with these fragile aces.
Yeah.
Was there a thought in your mind that maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I was. To be fair, I was really thinking you should fly Jedi 5 forward, get behind, boost further. But then I thought, maybe that's exactly what he was thinking. So I'm just gonna take a punt and 3-bank in and see what Vader ends up to. And that was really sad for Vader then.
Oh, very sad. Very sad.
And to be fair, like you just said, Tomax, he should have gotten a torpedo off of one of the arcs, and it was just sheer luck on my part that
I was so sure. I was so sure I was going to get range, because the thing is, I could have taken the afterburners and not done the cheeky get a free focus for it, but I could have actually boosted forward to get range.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, I think you did the right thing. It just it might have been 2 millimeters on the table or so.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop Marcus right there. Did the right thing. He brought a composure afterburners Tomax. Did the right thing.
The idea was good. The world wasn't ready yet.
We're getting some.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Joel, we're getting requests from the chats. Thoughts on the Tomax that I just disparaged.
Oh, well, actually, I think that he's a good centerpiece to the list for 55 points. I'm not certain that he's the best centerpiece, but I like the aggro that he draws, especially if you get it off once and then your opponent goes, oh, that's baby redline, I've got to take care of that. And then your Soontir invader can do whatever while he's soaking up aggro for admittedly just a turn because he's a bomber and he just dies. But
I actually predicted Tomax would die the turn after he failed getting the lock. And Tomax lived an extra turn, so he did me one better there. He's no X-wing.
That's true. And then once Vader and Tomax was gone, I think the last half an hour, however long it took, I felt like Tom and Jerry. Seriously, no matter what I did, Sundia, slippery Sundia, and it's kind of sad to see that Sundia basically just died from 2 range-free shots. But I
Yeah.
guess that's what happens.
But isn't that
Yep.
funny that you're kind of always expecting Suntir when he has full mods to survive, but when
But it was a good game, so. And I like the Tomax Spren, to be honest. I think that's a cool build if you can pull that off with the composure and the target lock. And
Yeah.
it's an I5, and it's 55 points is cheap for a proton torpedo carrier. And if he
Yeah.
gets 2 proton torpedoes off and lay waste, he done his job.
Yeah, I think so too. I think also, but it's kind of the cruise missile problem from first edition, because you have a very specific, like, okay, now I've got to jump in and I've got to have a rock in my way so that I can get the boost to fail. And you have to kind of set up and telegraph exactly where you're going to go if you're going to pull off the trick. I guess that's a point in Steven's favor.
It's a very specific set of circumstances that have to happen. And now
Yeah.
Tom and I both did not think that Tomax could even reach that rock on the one bank boost. I think the feeling there was that you were going to attempt the boost and not clip the rock and then just be staring at a rock.
Oh, that would have been even sadder.
But I guess you do have the barrel roll to get away from
It
that
looked very
situation.
close, but in the end, he hit the rock more than I thought he would. So it worked out in that case.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, I guess you can say stay tuned for next one that we're going to do. It'll either be Steven and I
That was
playing,
a good game. I enjoyed that. And flying 3 arcs for the first times is interesting, because you have to think a lot how you can put them on target, and it's not very easy.
Well, I did give you a nice rabbit to chase, so.
Yeah, that's right. So sitting here, Sundia. I mean, right at the start, I thought, should I go after Sundia first? But then Raider just comes from the side and wrecks me. So I guess I just wanted to get rid of Raider, and
Yeah.
Obi-Wan hit high ground, I guess.
Obi-Wan's coming in with a stick saying, "How many times I got to teach you this lesson?"
All right. Well, I think that will probably wrap us up for tonight. Like Tom was saying, we do have 2 more of these matches coming, and it will be me versus Tom, and then Andrew versus Octer. I don't think we have a date set for the next match yet. I don't know if that has been discussed yet, but
I don't think so.
not yet.
But we do have the power of the internet and 2 podcasts here to announce the next match. So stay tuned for that in the future.
Yep.
Joel, Tom,
And thanks for
Marcus, thanks for
with us, guys.
thanks for being on. Thanks for taking some time out of your Saturday, our Friday night, but your Saturday.
No, happy to be here. It was big fun. Looking forward to the next one on the other side.
Yeah. And hey, Marcus, thanks for a great game.
Oh, no, thanks for a great game too, Joel. It was awesome.
All right, guys. Well, we've been from Imperial Propaganda Radio, and the other guys,
Right.
you want to sign yourselves out?
And the other guys. We are the Birmingham Barons X-Wing podcast, and big shout out to everyone who stuck around on a Friday night or a Saturday morning, afternoon to watch a little X-Wing, and we will see you again somewhere down the line.
Yep. Thanks, guys.